Hello, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, Living Marvelously with Lori Jonas. I want to share with you today about a poem that was introduced to me by a friend of mine. It's the Desiderata. I don't know if you've heard of it. It was new to me when she told me about it, but once I read it, I was like enthralled. I love poetry, and especially when it can really speak to your soul and really teach you something about life and just make you think a little bit differently. In fact, I'm even sort of dabbling in some poetry writing myself, which is super fun. In fact, this over here, nope, over here behind me is a quote or a part of a poem that I did write, and I made a little hanging out of it. So I love poetry and I love to share it. And so that's what I'm going to do with you today. Like I said, a friend of mine introduced me to the Desiderata poem, and she told me that when she was growing up, she moved around a lot. But no matter where they made their home, her mom always hung this poem on a wall. Now, her mom passed away 30 years ago, and the Desiderata by Max Ehrman will bring her peace and encouragement when she is missing her. And the poem is a beautiful lesson for life. My friend's favorite line is, "You are a child of the universe, no less than the trees and the stars. You have a right to be here. And whether or not it is clear to you, no doubt the universe is unfolding as it should." What a powerful statement to remind you that we are exactly where we should be. All our lives serve a purpose in this world. Let's talk about what the meaning of this Desiderata poem is. Desiderata means things that are desired. And it was written by Max Ehrman because it counsels those virtues he felt most in need of. It was copyrighted in 1927. And I read that he wrote it as a lesson for his daughter. The Desiderata is basically advice about how to live a happy and contented life. Now, who doesn't need that? So, all the stanzas are beautiful, and I thought it would be fun to explain how they are still practiced today and inspire us to make the most of our lives. The first stanza of the Desiderata poem says this: "Go placidly amid the noise and the haste, and remember what peace there may be in silence. As far as possible, without surrender, be on good terms with all persons. Speak your truth quietly and clearly, and listen to others, even to the dull and the ignorant. They too have their story." So, right off the start, he writes about finding peace within, because we as individuals have to wade through the noise and the busyness of this world, and we need to find our own place of silence and calm. He then goes right into being kind to everyone, but not losing your own truth to others. I wrote a post called The 11 Ways to Stop Being a People Pleaser, where we need to not give away our thoughts and opinions to others. We need to speak our truth, speak our own truth, and be respectful of other people's truths as well. All right, next part of this beautiful poem is: avoid loud and aggressive persons. They are vexations to the spirit. If you compare yourself with others, you may become vain and bitter. For always there will be greater and lesser persons than yourself. Enjoy your achievements as well as your plans. So in this stanza, he mentions not comparing yourself to others, because there will always be someone better and lesser than you. The goal is to be happy in your own accomplishments. And I kind of cringed when I just read that there'll always be someone better and lesser than you, because we're all just here doing the best that we can in life. And so I think the main point is not to compare yourself, because we're all on a different part of our journey. All right, moving on. Keep interested in your own career, however humble. It is real possession in the changing fortunes of time. Exercise caution in your business affairs, for the world is full of trickery. But let this not blind you to what virtue there is. Many persons strive for high ideals, and everywhere life is full of heroism. So, whatever you do for a living, Be proud, treasure it, and always do your best. In your business, be sure to hold high moral standards. Follow the laws and serve your customers. Look for other businesses that also hold high moral standards. And you can find good people in every business. Next, be yourself. Especially do not feign affection, neither be cynical about love, for in the face of all aridity and disenchantment, it is as perennial as the grass. So I had to look up some of the words in this stanza, and I interpret them this way. Be yourself. Do not pretend to be someone you aren't for attention or to please others. Embrace affection and love others as they are as well. The more love you give, the more love will be coming back to you. Next part of this beautiful poem. Take kindly the counsel of the years, gracefully surrendering the things of youth. Nurture strength of spirit to shield you in sudden misfortune. But do not distress yourself with dark imaginings. Many fears are born of fatigue and loneliness. Beyond a wholesome discipline, be gentle with yourself. I love these lines because you use the experience of life to learn how to handle the future. When bad things happen, find your strength of spirit. Do not let the fears from your imagination misguide you. Find the self-discipline to be gentle with yourself. If you think about fears, they really are part of your imagination, because when you're afraid of something, it's usually you're afraid of something in the future. You're afraid of what might happen if you do something, but you don't know what's going to happen. Push through those fears and find out. If you push through your fear and something that you didn't want to happen happens, it's just a lesson to learn. And so the next time you do it, because you're going to do it again, you'll choose differently and hopefully you will succeed, or not, and you'll do it another 1,000 times, just like Thomas Edison when he invented electricity. All right, I digress. Keep going. So this is the one we talked about in the beginning. You are a child of the universe, no less than the tree and the stars. You have a right to be here. And whether or not it is clear to you, no doubt the universe is unfolding as it should. As I've written several times in my blog, the universe is here to guide us and lead us in our purpose. So do not be overcritical of yourself. Just like the trees and stars, we each are unique and fulfilling a need in this world. It may not be clear to us what it is, but it is happening nonetheless. And finally, the final one is, therefore be at peace with God, whatever you conceive him to be, and whatever your labors and aspirations, in the noisy confusion of life, keep peace with your soul. With all its sham, drudgery, and broken dreams, it is still a beautiful world. Be cheerful, strive to be happy. So then he comes back from the first one to the last one to being at peace with your soul. Accept the reality of God or higher power than us humans, whatever that means to you. Do what you love, be cheerful, and strive to be happy. Because as we all know right now, the world is a pretty crazy place. It can be mean and it can be hard to navigate, but we need to find the beauty in ourselves and others. Isn't that what we most desire? Because with as much craziness that is going on right now, we can still find beauty in our everyday lives. Even just me right now, sitting at my computer, I have a window in front of me and I can see some green trees and the sunshine, and that's beautiful. I can push away some of that negativity that's happening and just focus on what's beautiful. So I thank my friend for showing me this Desiderata poem, because even back in 1927, they were worried about the same things as we do today. So can we be the generation that finally figures it out? I don't know, but I hope this poem resonates with you and gives you something to think about, and I hope it stirs your soul. I'll leave a copy of a print that I created with the whole poem on it below.